All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good morrow, wherever you are in the world. What's up? Brendon Isaiah Bengtson coming at you live, doing some art. Hey yo. Good morning. What's up, everybody? Today we are continuing with the Imperial Titan. This bad mama jamma. Warhammer 40,000. What's up, Ronnie India? How you doing, man? Bog, how you doing? Yeah. So we're continuing with this guy. We're probably well, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of how long we've been working on this because I think it's been a little bit over 12 hours. I think we're creeping on like 18 now. Let me fix that real quick. Time on project. Let's say 18. That's a little bit more accurate. Alright, what's up, guys? If you would like to catch up on all of the progress so far and you want to go back and watch some of the previous streams, you can catch those on ZBrushLive.com and then just go find my artist page, Brendon Isaiah Bengtson, and I'll have all the replays in there. Today, I think what we're going to do, well, last time we did the block out for the chest. This bad boy. So we did all this in here. So I think today what we're going to do is we're going to block out the Gatling gun. That one's kind of hurting us the most. Obviously, besides all this up here. Legs are getting pretty close. I got to decide on if I'm going to pose his legs or not. I think for the production model, I'm probably not going to. But I may. We'll see. Not sure. Can everybody hear me okay? I always forget to check the audio whenever I start. Everybody's good? Let me know if any of the audio is a little bit weird. So yeah, I think what we're going to do is block out the Gatling gun today. And this Gatling gun is pretty dope. Now, I went ahead and, for research sakes, got the real model. So, I know he's really, really small, but just to let you know that I have the actual thing in my hand, and that this reference is amazing reference. Oh my god, it's amazing. So it's got all kinds of crazy awesomeness in here. I know it's a little bit dark, but you can kind of see all this back detail that it's really tough to get in reference. So this is the exact thing that I'll be looking at today, but I will I'll also be having some of the images to play with. Yeah, so that's the thing. So it'll be looking like I am staring down at my keyboard a lot. Okay. Alright. Let's do this. Let's see if I can get a... Oh, here's a back view of it as well. Psst. So it's got all kinds of crazy ass details back here. Strength and honor. For the Omnisaya. Alright. Oh, here's another one. This is actually a really good image. So it's got this front plate. It's got another plate on top here. And then we'll just I think we'll probably just go ahead and do Radial Symmetry. We'll try out Radial Symmetry on this dude. It might be kind of fun. Or we could try Array Mesh, which might be fun and kind of a hassle for something simple. But I think Radial Symmetry would be fun on this one. It would be easy to just do a times 1 to times 6, and then we can just work on one of these dudes, and yeah, I think that's what we'll do. All right. So we're gonna make this look like that. Shit. All right. I think the first thing I want to do real quick is just get an overall look at the length of this dude. Okay. So the back actually almost lines up with all of this stuff. Okay, that's fine. And then the front actually only comes out a little bit further than his head. So probably right about there. And then height-wise, looks like he's sitting almost, height is almost perfect. That's fine. All right. Yeah, it sure is nice having the actual model. Okay, so we're going to grab our Z-Modeler brush. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this guy off. We'll grab Q-Mesh, Polyloop, and then I'm just going to grab this whole thing and bring it back. I'm going to delete some of these guys first. So we'll just grab Polyloop like that, and then we'll just hold down Shift, and that will actually bring it back like that. Maybe a little bit too far. Something like that. Okay. Cool. I think for modeling purposes, I'm going to create a new one of these real quick and snap it to, so it's not angled like this. This is tough to model when it's angled like that. So I think I'm just going to create a new one real quick, and we'll just keep it that same size. So, so I'm going to append a cylinder, grab this dude. We're just going to get rid of these guys real quick. Happy to answer questions too. If you guys have questions. Anybody? Question? As we're rolling. So we're going to snap that. Let's turn off perspective for now. Let's get this. There we go. And then we'll just do the front section right now. So it has, I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me see if I can grab a better. Nope. Alright, well. So just behind this, this plate right here, there's a circular cylinder that kind of is the midpoint. So we're going to start there, and then we'll just bring this stuff out. So that's what this piece will be. It can be about yay. Okay. Now, what we can do is let's try local symmetry. All right, we're gonna try to get this radial symmetry going. So activate symmetry. We'll do radial symmetry. I always got to figure out which one. So it's not X. I think it's Z. There we go. So this is what we want, basically. But we don't want 8. We want 6. Right, and then what I could do is we'll go brush, insert primitives, and we're gonna go to our like this. Here's the basic idea. There's our barrels. Boom. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's good. Oh yeah. Keep going. That's a good idea. I'll keep going. They're pretty tight together. There's not really much space in between them. That's about that. Let's see. So let's do this real quick. We'll grab nope. We're gonna grab that, and we're just going to come on, but there we go. Just gonna get a look at how that feels. It's close. Let's give those some barrels some openings real quick. So we're still on radial symmetry, which is good. So we go back to our Z modeler brush, and then we'll just do insert edge loop here. And then we got Q mesh poly loop still. Just like that. Let's turn our perspective. There we go. Look, we got a Gatling gun. Radial symmetry for the win, baby. I hope chat is still working. I haven't seen anything in quite a bit. Let me just make sure here. Everybody's good and everybody's gravy? Hoping so. Hoping so. Yes. Okay. What's up, Daha? How you doing, man? Okay. So what we're going to do, so that's fine. Let's grab let's split this guy off. Actually, you know what? Let's make our let's make a new folder here real quick. Thanks, Daha. Appreciate it, dude. We're gonna call this Gatlin. I think that's how you spell it. I think there's a G at the end. It's a Gatling. We're just gonna call it that and roll with it. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, so I'm gonna adjust this guy just a tad. Nope, that's not the one. Nope, that's not the one. That's the one. There we go. So I'm just going to grab all these points right here, and I should be able to just move it like such. Okay, we'll clear that mask. We're going to grab these guys. Give that a little bit of girth. There we go. All right, so what I want to do is I want to create another one of these, but I want it to be a little bit bigger. So what I'm going to do is there's a couple things I could do. I could just do an insert here, or yeah, let's just do that. So we go brush, insert, grab this dude. I'm going to turn off my symmetry for a minute. But I don't mind doing a insert brush here because I've got a single point. It's for sure at the dead center, and wait, why'd you do that, dude? Oh, that's why. All right. So I need this to be just a touch bigger, like that. All right, we'll go back to our Z modeler. I'm gonna grab this loop and bring it back in like this. I'm holding shift. And then because all of this is unmasked and everything else is masked, I can just grab my move brush real quick, and then I'm just gonna give that a little bit of space here. So that's our original midpoint. Okay, and I think this guy then, come on, give it to me, there we go. So let's put that back in the middle. Sure, I can take a look at it. It's got to be after the stream though, okay? Let's make that just a touch bigger, so that's gonna actually roll right over, not too far over, just a little bit. So I'm gonna go just something like that. Okay, which is good. Okay, I think that's alright. I think I may recreate these guys real quick because I think they're a little bit too spaced out still. A little too spaced out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hide this dude, hide that dude. Let's clear the mask. Let's do auto groups. I'm gonna hide this guy and hide this guy. We'll switch that. What is that? Why are you doing that? I don't know why you're doing that. That's weird. Okay. So let's just delete those guys real quick. So we'll do delete hidden, and then we're gonna end up just doing those again real quick. Alright, so grab this. We're gonna turn on our radial symmetry again. We're going to do BI for brush insert. We're gonna grab this dude again, and we're gonna go. Now I want these to be a little bit closer. Maybe something like that. A little bit closer. Yeah, I think that'll work. Alright, so again, I'm going to grab these guys, all those points, use my there we go. Cool. Yeah, anyways, Daha, if you want to send that to me, if you can find me on Facebook, you can send that to me on Facebook if you want. What's up, Bean? How you doing, man? Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. I'm getting some Gatlin on right now. Get your Gatling on. Just gonna get the overall feel here. So I think this whole thing is a little bit too large. So I'm just going to do full scale here. That feels a little bit better. Yes, that feels better. Okay. So this dude... Alright, so let's work on the barrels real quick. Okay, so I'm still in Radial Symmetry. Let's go back to my Z modeler brush. And then we're going to do insert Edgeloop. We'll give that metal a thickness. And then we'll do Edgeloop like this. We'll just pull those back. Look at that. Then what we're going to do is I want to scale these ends down, but what I want to do is I need to give it a little bit of a taper here. Okay, that's fine. So I'm thinking is I can just do scale for Edgeloop, for Polyloop. So let's try that. So scale Polyloop. And then we'll say, we'll try polygon center. Let's see what that will do. Yeah, that's not working. That won't work. Let's try axis center. See if that, woohoo, nope, that's not it. Local symmetry? Nope. Let's just try mesh center, see if that does it. Nope. Here's another thing that I could do is let's just mask everything. Then maybe what I can do is, because I'm still on radial symmetry, what I can try to do is use this guy. And then just go, oh, not back there. I want this guy to be something like here. What's up, Divyang? How you doing, man? Okay, let's try this. That's gonna work. Let's hide the mask. I think that actually is gonna work. I love when that happens. Love when you have an idea and you're like, ah, shit, man, I don't know if this is gonna work. And then you do it, and that totally works. You're like, yeah, I'm a genius. Okay, so we've got this piece, the piece that's behind this guy right here. And then, so we'll need this guy, but I'm going to try to get this piece next. So let's do that. So I think what I can do is... What's up, PK? Yeah, I definitely prefer ZBrush for this kind of stuff. It's just way more fun. So we're to snap one polygroup to another polygroup surface without any crossing. Possibly? Yeah, right, Bean? I'm a genius is a healthy way of saying it, but I tend to say I'm not an idiot. Yeah, that's it's pretty much the same thing. Is there a way to snap a surface to another surface? Yeah, you know what? There probably is. I think what I would do is I would isolate each one of those surfaces, and then just use project. Just use project. Pre-drag, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? QMesh might be able to do it. So let's say if I do so if I do QMesh on this dude, let's turn off symmetry real quick, and we'll do QMesh Polyloop. Oh, I got a mask on, that's right. So we'll do like this. So yeah, you can do it this way, but I think he's looking for it not to auto snap to it. So I probably would use project. That's probably what I would do. If you have to be exactly thorough, you know. Okay, so we're going to use, I'm going to use my move tool, and then I'm going to grab this guy, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Control Alt, and then just drag, and that will give me a copy of that particular one. Cool, and then everything is still masked except for this particular one, so I'm just going to skinny that guy out. Okay, cool. That's about right. Okay, and now that I have this guy, right, and I know that everything is equal here, I can do one more insert mesh here for that middle piece, for this little middle guy right here. Well, today I have them turned so in the actual model there's one here and one here. So I think what I'm gonna do I have to rotate all these barrels. The question is, how can I do it exact? Just fine. It's okay. So let's clear this real quick. We'll do auto groups, we'll do merge similar groups. And all this stuff can be found in the polygroup palette. So I want to isolate these guys. So let's mask that. Turn everything back on. Let's flip the mask. Rotate it like this. Okay. Something is off there. That's interesting. Okay. And then we'll use our move. We're going to make sure that this is snapped to the center. And then I should be able to just... I'm holding down my shift to snap. So 30 degrees. That should work just fine. Cool. Yeah, the spotlight modeling is really nice as well. Spotlight modeling is so cool. It's a little less technical, I guess you could say. Trying to see where this discrepancy is. That piece is a little bit weird, and so is this piece. So I'm gonna actually delete this guy and this guy because this is bugging me. See how the discrepancy here versus here? Oh, that's bugging me. Oh man, that's bugging me. Alright, so what I'm going to do is let's do auto groups. Let's hide that guy. Let's hide that guy. We'll do delete hidden. And then just to make sure it exactly lines up with this guy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my... Oh, you know what? It was because we used the insert mesh. That's why insert mesh gets you every time. So what I'll do is I'm going to use QMesh Polyloop, and then I'm going to hold down Control, and that's basically just going to rip off a piece, just like that. We'll QMesh again. Now I know for sure that these two are exactly the same. Maybe I want that a little bit bigger, so I'm just going to hold down Shift. So there we go. And then we'll use the Move brush. We're going to isolate this guy, center mass, and then because it's its own poly group, we'll do Control Alt, and then move that guy up here. Easy peasy. Now I know. Now look at this. It's perfect. Oh, I feel so much better. I feel so much better. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this guy 5 degrees. So what I want is I want a flat side here. Flat side here, flat side here, flat side here. Because we're going to end up doing a thing. And that thing is going to be these little notches right here. That's what we're going to do. What do you think about... What do you think about Fiverr? I want to transition from plumber to 3D modeling. Any tips? Yeah, be a little more specific there, Danny. Not sure exactly what you're talking about there, bud. Alright, so we're going to add an edge loop here. I'm going to actually just rotate this guy a little bit more. Do I have any hard surface online? I don't, actually. But, and it's a big one. I don't think this is going to work. You know what I'm going to do? So instead of modeling it in here, I think I'm just going to use a Boolean. That is going to be way easier. And I can use my mind's all over the place right now. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm going to use Booleans for this. And I'm going to use the... Let's go brush, insert, brush, insert. I'm going to grab this guy. We're going to grab that guy. Okay, we're going to use the symmetry, the radial symmetry again. This time what I'm going to do is... I'm just going to go something like that. And then I'm going to pull these guys out to something like this. Dude, radial symmetry is so good. Thank you for saying the shortcut key. Oh yeah, man, no problem. I can go over my shortcut keys if you guys are interested. So let's just move that there. Maybe make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, if you guys want, I can go over my shortcut. My shortcut setup. It's very, very handy. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I want to split these off because I want to use them for Boolean. Because everything is masked, I could just do split unmasked points. You can find that in Tool, Subtool, Split Unmasked Points. So Tool, Subtool. Split unmasked points. So we're going to do that. Right, so basically that takes everything that isn't masked and it splits it off into its own piece. Right, so then I'm going to use this. I'm going to hit start on this guy, and then I'm going to hit negative on this guy. Right, so here's regular, negative, intersection. There's that as well. So I'm going to use negative. I'm going to turn off Polyframe, and then boom. Got it. Okay, let's talk shortcut keys real quick. Setting up your shortcuts, very, very quick and easy. All you have to do is have the button somewhere. So if, let's say, which one I'm going to do. So Polyframe, I use Shift F. So if you do Control and Alt and click on a button, you'll see on the top there, it says press any combination, and that will set it. So I do Shift F on that. So for me, let's just do perspective back on for a second. I try to keep things familyed. So V is what I use for solo, and then Shift V for transparency. So I can look at this really quickly for V and Shift V. All right, so I can ghost real quick, take a look at that. So it's visual stuff for me. That's what solo is, visual, right? So V and Shift V, and then Shift F is for Polyframe. And then what else do I have? Shift D is for dynamic subdivision. Dynamic subdivision is geometry, dynamic subdiv. Here it is, Shift D. What's up, Tenchi? How you doing, man? And then I have the brushes that I use almost constantly on ASDF G. I think H? No. ASDF G. So A is clay buildup. S is my move to topological. D is H polish. F is damp standard. And G is my Z modeler brush. Pretty quick and easy. Alright. So let's turn those off. I think there was one more. What else do I do? Shift D. Oh, the other one is I go back and forth in between move topological and the move brush. And typically I'll have the move topological on S, and then I'll have the regular move on Shift S. So I can switch really quickly in between regular move that moves everything within that subtool, and Shift S, which is move topological, and you can move just anything. So actually, I'll show you real quick. So you can do Control Alt, and we'll click on this guy, and then we'll do Shift S. It's already assigned. That's fine. So now if I hover over this, you say Shift S and S, which is really awesome because if I go S and I'm in here, it's move topological. Let's turn off symmetry real quick. So it's move topological, so I can just whatever's a different mesh, I can move that really quickly. Or if I do Shift S, then I can move everything real quick. So that becomes really, really handy to be able to just go in between moving one thing and Shift S and move everything. It becomes really, really handy. Okay. We got a gun. So that I think what I really want, perspective's on P, but P is literally on the other side of the keyboard. I don't switch it really often enough. The other thing that I do too is the reason why I pull everything out here is to help kind of remind me of different tools and to visualize, you know, oh, do I have something on? Is something masked? If something's masked, I can see that here. Do I have a morph target? Yes or no? Do I have UVs? Yes or no? Is my perspective on? Yes or no? Becomes really quick and easy just to glance over here to see if I have something on. Do I have symmetry on? Is it crap to have local symmetry on? What's my depth? All kinds of fun stuff. Alright. So let's do insert mesh. So we'll go BI for brush insert, go back to here, and we're just going to do one, right? So this one has just the center point. So I can just grab that dude real quick. Okay. And then we're just going to scale this guy in a little. Alright, now he's got a couple of steps on him. Yeah, that's there's a lot to do. I actually tried the other thing that really bugs me too is that when you start working in layers, like you don't really know if you have a layer or not until you try to move something. And you're like, ah, crap. All right, okay, there's layers. So I tried to actually move these out here, and that didn't work. It just messed everything up. Yeah, I know. Some of the shortcuts in Photoshop are just like, feel like you're like Beethoven on the piano or something, you know? Or is it Beethoven? Not Beethoven. Beethoven? Do you play piano? I'm sure Beethoven played piano. Amadeus. That's the one. That's a piano guy. Or the Marx Brothers guy. Mozart. Yeah, that one too. Musician. Brah. All right. So we're going to. Oh, you saw him last week? Oh man, I wish I could. I wish I had the money to go see one of his concerts. That's weird. Why did that do that? Ooh, I don't know if I like that. My OCD's kicking in right now. Yeah, saw him last week. It was good, pre. Oh man, that sucks. It's on the inside. Do I really care about it? I kind of do. I may go back and fix that at some point. We'll see. We'll see how much it bugs me. All right, so let's go back to ZBrush. We'll just do insert edge loop here, and we'll just create a couple quick steps. Okay, edge loop. And then I kind of want this one to be rounded. So usually what I do is I'll do one more edge loop, something like this. And then when I pull this key mesh out, I'll just hold shift. And that will actually pull this guy out just like that. From perspective, let's see how this looks. It's getting there. I'm going to add some of this detail back here now. Okay, let's turn perspective back off. Alright, let's see what we got. I feel like all this stuff is a little too short. Too short. Alright, so I'm just going to mask all that over here. Let's reset that. Let's go back to here, and then we're just going to pull this stuff back a little bit. That feels a little better. That feels better. Okay, let's go back to Radial Symmetry. Oop, no, key mesh. Whoa, there, buddy. We'll do some of the details around here. Okay, so turn my Polyframe back on. I think what I'm going to do is, okay, let's turn Radial Symmetry back on, and I'm just going to tag these guys. Nope. So sometimes when you have everything on, right, you're not soloed or anything, and everything's kind of a little bit grayed out like this. See how it's got like these subtle lines going through it? It can kind of mess things up a little bit, and you're not able to grab what you need to grab. If you ever get to that point, you just solo everything out, and then you'll see that everything becomes much clearer. Clearer now, the rain is gone. Alright, so I want the outermost. So I'm just going to grab probably those dudes. Looks about right. maybe there. That's about right. Okay, so I can do that. So what I want to do real quick first, so I want to get these. Let's get some edge loops in there first. So I want to set up, so we've got one right behind these guys. So we've got like this little indent. Hey buddy, hey, thank you. Okay, cool. Then what I'll do is we're going to do just a quick poly loop on these guys. And they go in like that. Yep, that's what I want. Okay, cool. Okay, we've got another one, say right about here. This one's going to be a little bit thicker like that. Okay, cool. And then if I want it the exact same depth as this, all I have to do is just click once here, and it will remember the amount of that last operation, which is pretty cool, if you ask me. If you're not asking me, I think I'm going to say it's pretty cool. Okay, and then we'll grab... Whoa, buddy. Those guys. And then we'll just do the same thing here, and the same thing here. See how that looks. Getting there. Getting some of these details in here. So this is the middle one. We got a couple back there. And then we're going to grab these guys and do those guys. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this one yet. We'll see. We will see. I've been in Shadow for a while watching this sculpt. Where do you get inspiration for ideas? Where do I get inspiration for ideas? I think that answer is different at different points in time. What I typically do is oh, I know how I'm going to do that. I start with, I feel like time is so important that wasting it on a project sucks. So typically what I do is I look at my portfolio and I say, okay, what do I feel like I'm missing from my portfolio? And that'll kind of push me in the right direction. So like in my particular portfolio, I had a lot of organic stuff. I was working on that blacksmith dude for quite a while. So I was like, I kind of want to do more hard surface stuff, and I want to work on my Z modeling and spotlight modeling and Boolean work, right? So I was like, okay, cool. So maybe do something hard surface, and from there you're like, okay, well, what do I do? Do I do like some soldier or something, or helmet, or I don't know what. For me, I absolutely love Warhammer 40,000. So so this dude was, I mean, I don't know. I saw this guy a while ago, and I was like, I used to do painting. I used to do Warhammer painting, like when I was back in early high school, middle school, and I kind of wanted to get back into that. So I was like, man, this dude, This dude is so epic. This guy would be a challenge. And it'd be really... So for me, it's like each project has to fulfill many different kind of roles, I think. So for me, it was I wanted to practice hard surface in ZBrush. I needed more hard surface models in my portfolio. I love Warhammer 40,000, and this is something that's very challenging, and it's good to show. It's good to show how you can conquer something that's challenging, to other people that are out there watching, for the Omni Messiah. For the Omnisire. Blood for the Blood God. Yeah, and, yeah, this dude's design is just so sick, man. Like, he's just sick. So awesome. And then that also gave me a reason to actually buy the model and start painting him again. Because the hidden reason for me is that I've been having a lot of eye strain lately. I've been just staring at monitor screens in dark rooms for quite a while. So I wanted to have something where I could do art in a physical manner, right? So I'm actually able to like sit and paint this dude. It's nice to actually do some physical art and not be staring at a screen. So, so to get back to the question of how do you decide on stuff, I typically look at it from a holistic view like that and kind of start macro and then go micro. Say like what are the things that I need in my portfolio, or what are the things that I personally want to work on skills wise, and then kind of whittle it down from there. So yeah, this guy's been a fun challenge. But if you have the core skills, right, and you understand how to do, basic modeling, this shit's not hard, man. It just takes time, right? You're just like, oh, okay, cool. Like I got a cylinder here, and then another cylinder. Okay, cool. And then connect that to a ball. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, that's a sphere. Okay, cool. And then, you know, you look at some of this stuff. You're like, oh, okay, cool. So I make a cylinder, cut a hole in the middle. Okay, cool. Q mesh this stuff off. Okay, cool. We'll do radial symmetry to do these guys, and then just do Q mesh, insert mesh. Okay, cool. Q mesh, insert mesh. Um, insert Q mesh. That's pretty much all it is. Oh, buddy, easy. Same thing. Like if you look at all this stuff, that's all that is. And then you get some booleans in there. Yeah, pick something challenging. If you're gonna spend some time doing some stuff, like you should probably learn some things while you're doing it. Okay. So we got that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do these little guys right here. So we're gonna isolate again here real quick, and then we're going to go back to my ZModeler brush, and then we're going to go and see if we can grab these for, oops, let me turn on Radial Symmetry. Is that the one? No, I think I want to do these for, like that. Alright, so we can get an image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these little knobbies right there. but I need a couple of extra edge loops before I do that. So let's do this. So we're going to grab, say you're there. Say another one there. From a crag. You started a few months ago? Awesome. Let's see, is that the one? Is that the one? I think that's the one. Okay, so then we'll just do, in QMesh, instead of doing poly loop, we'll do poly group all. So here's what I did, is I just, if you hold down Alt, you can just quick tag different areas, and that'll do like it's like a temporary polygroup, and then I can just do this. Right. So, but the problem is that this plane out here is much bigger than that down there, and instead of going out like this, I want it to kind of come in like this. So I think we could just do scale. So that should be a different polygroup. So we'll do scale, polygroup all, and I think polycenter. There we go. These videos, along with Noma Workshop, has helped tremendously. Awesome, man. You had Warhammer for a while. When I decided I'd like to make models, I had been trying to learn ZBrush. Nice, yeah. I'm doing okay so far for 36-year-old. Trying to learn new computer skill. Yeah, it's awesome, man. Never too late. I'm 40, so it's never too late. All right, so for scale, you notice that it scaled here more than it did here. So you're like, all right, well, how do you? Oh shit! Now what do I do? Now what do I do? Do I like try to mask this and then try to do some weird stuff? It's actually pretty easy. You can do an edge function called slide, and we'll just do edge, and then we'll just take this guy and we'll just slide him right in like that. Like that. Easy peasy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. There we go. Hey look, we're getting a Gatling gun. Ooh, snaps. You're learning at 59. Hey, see? You don't look a day over 30. Thanks, man. It's the baby cheeks. Gets them every time. It's the baby cheeks, man. That's why I have a beard. It makes me it's my face, the baby cheeks that like gives me 15 years off my actual age, maybe 10 years off my actual age, but the beard gives another 5 on. So it's like a 10-year discrepancy. If I shave, man, oh dude, it's all over. I still get carded for movies every once in a while, you know? I don't. It's okay. Not like that. Yeah, beard brings some of it back. That's for sure. Okay. So we've got a little indent there, and then we'll do the details on this guy here. Okay. So for this one, let's isolate again. Here we go. You got baby cheeks too? Baby cheeks for the win. Okay, we're going to do... Nope, not shift edge. Ooh, let's go back to insert single edge loop. Alright, so I'm going to go something like that and something like... This is going to be a little bit shorter than this one. It's about the same size though. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab those two right there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to QMesh, polygroup all. We're just going to take that in like that. And then I'm going to do a scale on this too. One of the tricks for that we use in video game production quite a lot is not having things have 90-degree angles. Because there's a lot of times when 90-degree angles don't work very well, and like the lighting gets weird. So typically, what we'll end up doing is we'll put some kind of slant on the edges, like this. See how this guy, instead of it going 90 degrees in, it kind of like has a little bit of an edge or a slant to the edge here. That's mainly so that you can get better viewing angles from all around, right? And the light, you actually get more light interacting with those areas. It's a little trick that's been used for quite a long time. So try not to have too many 90-degree angles. Try to add just slight, I don't know, whatever you call those edges. Slight angles. See how this one is almost 90 degrees? I think what I'll do is we'll just use the slide function again. So we'll use slide Edgeloop complete. And then what I can do is just grab this and pull it back a little bit. Now it tends to snap sometimes, and I don't really like that. I wonder if there's a way. Yeah. No, not shift. Nope. 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 No, that's not it. I think it may have to do with your brush size. I'm gonna go down to 1 and bring this in and see if I can get it. No, it really just likes snapping. We'll just leave that for the time being. Anyways, keep moving on. Nothing to see here. So what I'll do then is I'll just do the scale on this guy again. So we do polygroup all, and we'll just kind of scale this in, just to give this a little bit of slant, chamfer or slope. Yeah, those are good words. Seagull, what's up, buddy? And again, so just like this one out here, when you do scale, it does it non-uniformly. Excuse me. So I may want to just use the slide edge and then just bring these guys in just a little bit. That way you can see it from more angles too, right? Okay. We're getting a Gatling gun. Excuse me. Okay, I think this needs to be a little bit longer. So let's go back to Polyframe. Let's just grab those guys, and then I'm just going to pull these guys back just a little bit more. And then I think I'm going to grab these guys and pull them back just a touch more. Actually, I want to grab all of this and just bring that back a little bit. You're not an English speaker, but you love English. Come on, in. Come on, guys. We'll get up soon, okay? I know. Okay. That feels a little bit better. Alright, so let's add a little bit more detail on this guy. You know what? Maybe we should continue blocking everything out first. So we got to make a shield. We do have to make the shield. How are we going to make the shield? Here's the shield I'm talking about. think what we're gonna do is just use a cube, and then we'll add some extra edge loops, and we'll just kind of bend this in by hand, and then we'll use boolean for this and on the other side, similar to how we did these guys right there. And then we'll use a boolean for this. We'll see, I'm not sure yet. But the interesting thing will be this flange right here. You can see a little bit better here. Same thing on the other side. But it's got this flange. So we'll see how that goes. And then there's a lot to these guns. There is a lot. A ton. It could just take a whole day just to make this Gatling gun. Okay, so we're just gonna block in. We're gonna block in this. We're gonna block in the housing back here, and then we'll get this guy in here as well. So we're just going to get all the proportions correct before we start going too crazy. Okay. All right. So grab this dude, and then I'm going to use insert brush because what I really want to do is I want to make sure everything's along this axis right here. Or do I want to? I'd rather just append. I'd rather append because to me it's more important the planes of the housing back here are exactly 90 degrees. So we'll append a cube. Grab this dude. Okay, we'll get this guy down. Get him about that size. Maybe just a little bit less. Okay, it actually butts up against that guy. Okay, cool. So we grab that. Let's make this just a touch longer there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this guy. I'm going to isolate this dude. Whoa. So sometimes when you control click and it's supposed to isolate a particular polygroup, sometimes you kind of run out of polygroups and something like this can happen. So like when you're trying to move something, it's going to move all those. You're like, woo, I don't want that. So there's a couple things you could do. You could just do auto groups, but that will kill all of these. So if you want to keep those, what you could do is just mask off the one and then do group masked. There we go. Group masked. Now, right, that's a different polygroup, which is good. That's what I want. So now I can go in here, and now if I click on this guy, it will, even though it looks like the same, Some of them can be actually different. So let's go this. We'll go center, and then we'll just alt click. Sorry, alt control click. And then we'll get that guy out here. Okay, so from back there, this guy's got something like that. And then we'll do alt click one more time. This one's something like that. Okay, so my proportions are quite a bit off. This is where having the actual piece comes in really handy. Yeah, ZModeler's a lot of fun, man. Tons of fun. Okay, so this piece is actually going to come down. Just trying to get things lined up here real quick. So the shield is actually a little bit big. Everything's a little bit big. Let's try to scale everything down. So we're going to grab multiple things. So I want to scale. Let's just scale it. This is all one poly group except for this. I could do that separately. Or, you know what? Let's use the multi-grabber. I feel like this isn't shown enough. So this multi-grabber right here, so it's transpose all selected subtools. And what you do is you just use your lasso select, and you say, oh, I don't want that stuff. So it's just give me this. Don't want that. So so grab all that. And now if I move, you'll see it's actually going to move different pieces, right? Anything that's not selected. So I don't want these guys. So if I move, it's just that. So now I can affect multiple subtools at the same time, which is awesome. So we're going to go to center. And then we're just going to scale this guy down just a little bit. Yeah, this is a game changer, man. Made things so much easier. Like crazy easier. That's a little bit closer to the overall size. And then what I want to do is, instead of scaling it this way, because it's going to stretch all of this stuff, I think what I'm going to do is, let's take it out of this mode. And then I'm going to use my mask to just kind of scale it like this. Okay, so the now that scales a little bit better, so I'm gonna bring all this stuff up just a little bit. So basically this housing right here is almost right at the front of the bicep, which I think that's fine. So I'm gonna grab these guys. Oops. So let's clear the mask. So right now I'm holding down just control for masking, right? Control for mask. If you do alt while you're doing this, it will mask everything except for what's in here. And then if you hold down space at the same time, then you can move the whole thing. So I just want to do that. And now I can just move this guy like that. Grab this dude, just make sure he's there. Oops. Nope, not that guy. Nope. Stop it. That guy. Thank you. Go to center. Just make sure that that is there, and then we'll smack a guy right up there. Lasso select is just your control. Sorry, control shift. Control shift is your so it's whatever you want. So like you can change it to trim, you can change it to select, you can change it to slice. When you do control shift. Okay, so this guy goes just about to there. Yeah, so if you do control shift, and if you just click on the brush, you can change it to whatever you want to. So you could do so here's all your selections. Here's all your clips. I never used crease curve. That's interesting. Here's all your slices, and then here's all your trims. Yep. I took those out and put them down here for me personally, so I could just quickly just go to each one of them. Burp, 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 burp. And then the same thing with masking. If you do, if you hold down Control and you just click on this, you can change to different masking tools. Oh yeah. Okay. I really don't like the way this guy is, so I don't know why they did the topology for the insert cube like this. It's like, why would you do that? I don't understand you. You must be smarter than I am, because I have no idea why you would do that. Maybe it's just because it's a derivative of a cylinder. I don't know. I guess it could be useful if you want to like have a hole in this thing, but I don't know, man. So typically what I do is if I'm using this, I'll just go down to initialize and just do a Q cube. I'm just gonna put it all at one. The only thing about that is that with Q cube it puts it at world center. Which is a little bit annoying. But whatever. There we go. How do you smooth the parts without getting messed up edges or wrong creases? Do you use dynamic? I typically use the dynamic subdivision, but like let's say all right, here that's actually a really good question. So you're like, okay, well, how do you use dynamic subdivision on this guy? Because if you do, it looks like that. You're like, woo. But I don't want to go through and like crease all these edges on my own. It just, it's kind of dumb. I don't want to do that. So typically, what I would do is, if I don't care about keeping the polygroups anymore, what I'll do is I'll do group by normals, and typically what that's gonna do is give you a really good normal polygroup for anything that is at this particular max angle of 45 degrees. Well, you see, it didn't work here, right? But it works pretty good. And then what I'll do is I'll go into Geo, we'll do crease, and then we'll do crease by polygroup border. And then I'll just try a quick subdivision. That actually looks pretty good. So you can do it really, really quickly, just by doing group by normals and then crease by polygroup. Then you may just have to come in and do a little bit of cleanup like this guy. So we'll turn that off real quick. And then we'll go back into here. We'll go back into my modeler brush, and then we'll do crease, edge loop complete. I'm going to turn on my symmetry, And then I'll just grab these guys real quick. Now when I do dynamic subdivision, there you go. Yep. So I typically do it that way. What happened? Oh. I was like, what happened to my booleans? Where are they? There they are. It's because I scaled it. Doop, 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 doop. Let's turn off symmetry real quick. And we'll just bring these guys up here. There we go. All fixed. All fixed. Alright, so then this dude. Yeah, I don't use shadow much. I don't think I've ever actually used shadow box. Alright, so let's get this guy down to his correct size. So he's just a little bit taller than he is thin. So he's just going to go right on the outside of this dude. Something like that. Just fine. I'll put him just about the middle there. Okay. And how tall does he go above that? Good amount of space. Okay. Alright, so just going to grab those guys and we're just going to extend this guy through to there. Yeah, I remember when the first time I saw Lightbox, I was like, ooh, oh my god, that's awesome. But I actually have never even used it. Never even used it. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Alright, so this box has, let's see if I have an image of it. I don't think I do. Don't think I do. Let me see if I got. Nope. Oh, here. So let's do the 360. No, where is he? Is that 360? This one is. Here we go. There we go. So if you look here, so this piece right here is the one that I'm doing, right? So it's actually, you know what? This is a little bit different than the one I have. Is it? No, it's the same. Okay, cool. The paint scheme's just a little different. But that's okay. So that is, this is the box right here. So it's got this little cutout, and then it's got these little planes kind of off the edges here. So, here's what I can do. By the way, this is another reason why I decided to do this guy is because the reference on this guy is just so good. You're like, how many times do you get a 3D reference like this for creating a game model? Like, never. Alright, so, there's a couple of different ways that you can cut that side. I think I'm going to do something interesting and fun and use the slice. No, trim. Trim is what I want. Or I could use a slice. Either way. We'll try it. So, we're going to go in here. We're going to use... I like the clip curve. So now what I should be able to do is... If I just... Ooh, didn't like that. Maybe we'll use trim. Let's see if trim. The problem with trim is that it really messes up your geo, and I don't really like that at all. We could use slice, which gives me an actual slice, like that. But again, that kind of, it's a little bit weird. I actually think that may be fine. Maybe another way to do it, which is, let's see if we can do it with, this. Maybe bevel, edge loop. See what that does. That's not really what I want either. Well, I mean, I guess that could work. The problem is this one. Maybe we can do slide. Slide's not going to work. What we could do is grab these guys and bring them in like this. That could work. That could work. Or we could use, instead of doing it that way, what we could do is use the trim. The clip, sorry. Clip is awesome. And then we could just come in and just clip it right to there. So we just do clip to there. So basically what clip does is anything outside of this box, it will take everything and just slam it exactly. It'll take all of those vertices and slam it exactly down to that spot. So it brings all of your geo in, basically. Which is awesome, right? Because then I can just do that. And there we go. Easy squeezy lemon peasy. Like that. And then we can bring this guy back over here. Okay, cool. And then he's got like this little. Well, let's do the cutout first. Let's do this cutout first. So I think the way that I want to do it is, let's try it. It's a little bit weird. Shape is strange. Not strange, but you're like, okay, how do I do that? Damn skulls. Would Pixelogic ever consider making a light app for Android app? Man, I wish. I wish. You'd have to ask them, though. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a cube with creasing. Maybe that's what I'll do. With dynamic subdivision. And then I can play with this angle, and I can play with this slope. Let's try that. Let's try that. Okay, so what I'll do is we'll just do brush insert. Brush insert. We're going to grab that. We're going to just do... Actually, you know what? Instead of brush insert, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this guy, and we're just going to duplicate him. Duplicate. And then we're going to Q-cube him. Q-cube. Okay, there he is over there. Okay, cool. Let's bring that back there. Okay, we're gonna grab this dude. Okay, so the idea is we're going to use dynamic subdivision. And creasing. Okay, so then let's crease. So, alright, we'll do crease. Let's do Edgeloop complete. And Edgeloop complete. Now when I... Okay, so we got that. Okay, cool. We'll do just single edges now. That one and that one. Now I'm starting to get this, which is cool. We'll just for shits and giggles down here, we'll just do this guy too. So now I'm starting to get that, right? Cool. Now I can start playing with this shape. Let's go into Geo, and then we'll go to Dynamic Subdivision, and then we'll just keep going smooth like this. Yeah. That's actually fairly close. I think this needs a little bit more slope up here, but what I can do is I can just mask this guy, and then I can just move him however I want to. Right, so now I have this curve starting at least. So let's turn everything back on. Let's set up the boolean. Okay, let's grab this guy. We're gonna put him in there. We're gonna put him in there. This is gonna start a new one. That one's gonna be delete. Haha. Haha. Yes. It's a hard question to describe. If I have a polysphere, insert a cylinder, position the cylinder inside the polysphere, then choose boolean for the cylinder. Now that I have the shape of a cylinder inside the sphere, how do I smooth the edges of the sphere? So are you saying you just put a dynamic subdivision on the sphere? That would be the way you do it. Yeah. You just okay. So let's say I'll do that here. So we'll do we'll just do this. We'd go brush insert. We'll do this, and we'll grab a sphere, and we'll say, oh wait, let's turn that off. Okay, so you're saying, so split unmasked points, and then this is going to be a negative. So what you're saying is how do you get that smooth? Is that what you're saying, Adam? The way you would do that is you would just use dynamic subdivision on this guy. The edges of the inside. Give me a screenshot if you got it. So you're talking about, like, if it's all the way on the inside? Oh. So how do you smooth this? Just use, so on the actual, the boolean, On this one, you would just use dynamic subdivision. So you come down to Geo and do dynamic subdiv, and if you turn that on, then it will smooth your Boolean surface. And then to actually get that to be Geo, you would have to do go down to Subtool, go down to Boolean, and then do Make Boolean Mesh, and then you would have that piece. Does that make sense? Yeah, you can attach it here. All right. Let's turn that guy off. Okay, cool. All right. So this piece has got. Okay, he just comes out just a little bit. So we're gonna grab that. I'm gonna go center. We're gonna replace that. We're gonna bring this guy in like this. Okay, cool. Okay, now we got that. We got the housing, which is good. All right, then we'll add our little flangey flange thing here, which is. All right, so we got this piece heading into this housing, and then we'll do this guy and this stuff real quick. Yeah, so let's do that. Alright, just looking at my model here real quick. Okay. Alright. Got this. Alright, so turn off dynamic subdiv for a second. Okay, so we're going to take we're going to go back to insert single edge loop, and we're going to go something like that's just going to be just on the inside of that. Okay, cool. All right, let me see. So this is a Boolean, right? That's what you're using? Shrek hands. So this is a Boolean that you're using. So you would need to smooth out the Boolean, right? This is your actual Boolean piece. Yeah. So you would actually select this guy, and then you could do a dynamic subdivision on him, or just sculpt him better to have like a better hole. You know what I mean? So it's 100% how this subtool is. So you could use dynamic subdivision, or you could just use Dynamesh and Dynamesh the crap out of this piece, and just sculpt it a little bit smoother, smooth it out. That's what I would suggest. All right, so let's do QMesh, Polyloop, and what I want to do is I want to make this whole thing a step in. I'll do is I'll do 2 of these. Like this. And then I'll grab all of this, and then I'm just going to go to center, make sure this is there, pull this here, and then we'll just do that. That's a good way to do it. That'll work. Is there an easy way to get the hole in the side of the skull, or did I choose the most difficult way to accomplish this? Yeah, I think what I would do is, it looks like you're using a subdivision. Looks like you have, this one is subdivided a bunch of times, and you're sculpting on that. I would just use Dynamesh. I for sure would use Dynamesh. And then just do the Boolean operation, and that would put the hole in there, and then Dynamesh it, and then it will become like a permanent hole there. Can you use ZBrush for modeling high-quality car models? You know what? You could. I think it would be a little bit more difficult for that. For that, I probably would use a core package. You could. It's a little bit more difficult, though. Okay, so we do that. I just want that offset just a touch. Turn off my mask. Just see if that's enough. It's not. So I want to do a little bit more. About like that. So there's just a little bit of a step there. It has the overall width still similar. And I think this guy actually has to come down a bit. Just a touch. A scotch, if I may. So that's just, instead of doing scale, I'm just going to grab these upper pieces and bring them down a little bit. And then grab these guys and bring them up just a touch. Okay, and then I'm going to grab this Boolean and move him down. Whoa, what happened? What happened? That was weird. He got rotated. So we'll just go 90 degrees. There we go. That's better. Yeah. Well, that's another good one to waste, is that the jaw is completely separate, so you may want to actually have that be a completely separate piece anyways. But for all that stuff, honestly, dude, I'd use Dynamesh. Dynamesh is your friend when it comes down to that. Dynamesh is your friend. Grab that guy, and then I'm just gonna play with this shape just a touch. Something like that. There we go. Clear that. Turn them off. Polyframe. Okay, cool. So this guy is going to... thinking maybe I just want to keep this all the same. The same piece. Maybe a lot easier. Okay, let's do that. Alright, so we'll do insert mesh. So insert, say, here. And then we got this piece. About like that. Okay, cool. And then we got this that'll just bring out like that. I'm actually going to delete that guy, so let's do delete hidden. Delete hidden. Just want to make sure everything else looks okay. Alright, that's fine. Alright. So that's the inner little part. Now for this inner little part. So I really don't want to have these 90 degrees either. So I'm going to keep doing this little slide trick. I'll just bring that way a little bit. Like that. Maybe I'll bring this a little bit more. There we go. Hello. What's up, buddy? Good morning. Hi. Hi. The baby's up. Hi. How's it going, man? Those smiles, Magoo. Hold on one sec, guys. Oh, let's save this. Let's save this first. Yep. You want to say hi? Come here, you want to say hi? Dad. Oh, there's everybody.
You should ask everybody if she looks like you.
Yeah, what do you think? You think she looks like me? Maybe? Just a little bit?
Stick your tongue out like this.
Let me drool a little bit, too. Hey! How's it going? What? Dad, what's on your face? What's on your face? Hi. Where's Dad? Where's Dad? Dad. Do the Lion King pose. Sabenya. I know, look out, dude. Alright, buddy. Mm-hmm. Is that what you want? Dad, what's this handle? Dad, what's this handle? What are you making, Dad? You making cool stuff? Yeah. You know Daddy makes cool stuff. Alright, say bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Okay, bye. I'll see you a little bit. The stiff arm. Alright, buddy. Alright. I got about 10 minutes left. Alright, 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Okay. So we grab that.
Oh.
Grab that. Stop being so cute. You're disrupting. Pretty cute, kid. Alright, so then this will be that other piece back here. We'll do poly loop like this. It's about the same size. Alright, so we got that. We're just going to hold shift. We're just going to keep that. James, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? I'm going to keep this right around the same size. Doesn't have to be perfect. Let's get rid of this guy. So we're going to do delete. Edge loop complete. We'll just delete that guy. Oh. Let's uncrease those. Let's just take a second and uncrease these guys. How you been, James? OCD's kicking in on these here. Grooving along? Yes, dude, it's been a while, man. It's been a while. You know, one of these days I gotta get back on my personal channel, do some stuff. By the way, if you'd like to follow me on my personal channel, you're welcome to. Oh, that's weird. Why is that doing that? Ooh, I don't think I like that. You know what? Let's just delete it. How about that? How about that? We don't need that thing in there anyways. Yeah, it's here, let me just put it in here real quick like. www.twitch.tv/Brendon Isaiah Bengtson. There you go. Link it up, man. Link it up. Alright, so this has got just a touch of taper to it. So we're just going to grab that. And then we're going to go... Oop. Let's try that again. Okay, cool. We're going to go here. And then we're just going to make sure that that's that. And then we're just going to go... Whoop, just like that. Okay. Why are you doing that? What happened to my dynamic subdivision? Ooh, save it. Something weird is happening. Something weird's happening. Whenever something weird is happening, save it. Do it. See that? It's not. Is there a mask? No. No. Why is that? There we go, that's why. So if you have something hidden, it won't dynamic subdivide. That's the deal. That's the deal. Here's how I'm going to do this. So yeah, okay, you're like, alright, how the hell do I grab that piece? How do I do that? Well, there's a couple ways you can do it. You could just go like that, or grab it, see if you can grab that particular piece, and then just do that. Nope. Nope, didn't get it. Maybe grab it there. There we go, I got it. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Paul did an amazing demo past week in the Spotlight, using it to make all sorts of shapes and spoonies. Yes! The Spotlight's awesome, man. Spotlight is awesome. Alright, I'm going to do a quick couple of crease. We'll do crease edge loop complete. So we're just going to crease these guys real quick. Crease those guys. That's done, that's done, that's done, that's done, that's done. There we go. Something like that. I'm going to grab those guys, and then I'm just going to... Well, I want to do that slide trick real quick. So I want to do the same thing here and here. Because this is 90 degrees. I don't want that to be 90 degrees. So I'm going to grab that. We're going to grab slide. Edge loop complete. I'm just going to move that. Like that. Okay, cool. And we're going to grab these guys, and I just want to scale this whole thing down just a touch. I'm going to bring this guy over here. Just a touch. Just a touch. Nah, that's fine. Whatever. Cool. We've got the beginning of a Gatling gun. Oh yeah. Okay, let's add maybe a couple more details real quick. Let's see what else we got. What else we got? Okay, we got a little edge good stuff over here. Okay, that goes in and out, and then in and out. Okay, so turn that off. Come back in here. Okay, we're gonna do insert edge loop, insert, that's slide, insert edge loop. Okay, cool. We're gonna use QMesh poly loop. I want that to be a little bit thinner. There we go. Something like that. And then we bring this guy out. Oot. Okay. We add another edge loop here. And then this is going to come in. Okay, cool. And then we'll use some slide. Okay, so this one I want to slide out this way just a touch. This one I want to slide in a scotch. And this one could be 90. That's fine. Yeah. All right, let's do. Let's block out our shield just real quick, and then I think we're gonna call it a day. So this one, we'll just do duplicate, and now we'll just append. Just append a cube. We'll grab that, and then we'll just do initialize. Hey, it's 8 o'clock. It is that time. It's that time. Okay, we'll do just a quick Q cube. Grab this guy, bring him on over here. Okay, he's gonna live right about here like this. Okay, so it's going to come up just a touch there, and it's going to be about the upper third, which is right about there. Something like that. Now, let's see, I want to get rid of, my OCD says that I need to get rid of these guys. So not slide, we'll do insert, we'll do, just get rid of those guys. There we go. And then we'll maybe insert one here, like that. Maybe one more. Something like that. Okay, cool. Then maybe we'll grab these guys, and we'll just do something like this. Then if we do... Yep, that's good. Okay, cool. Do this. We'll do crease by polygroup. Crease by polygroup. Dynamic subdivision. Cool. Now I got that little thingamabob. All right. I think that's going to be it for this episode. Most of it blocked out. Oh yeah. OCD kicking in real quick. Let's do crease. Let's just crease these guys real quick. My OCD feel a little bit better. There we go. Okay. Cool. We got it rolling. I think what we can do now, though, is one last thing, which is let's delete that guy. That's fine. And then we'll grab this. Grab these guys, and then let's move them over. Clear the mask. Oh. Chicago. Which one is masked? This is the only thing I don't like about... Oh, he's masked. Okay. Clear. There we go. Sometimes if you have something masked, you got to go back into that one and... Let's get him somewhere around there. Cool. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, buddy. It's getting real. It's getting real. Alright, ladies and gents. Ladies and gerbils. Thank you so much for hanging out today. It was a lot of fun. Got some good questions answered. Learned a few things. Showed a few things. Made some progress. And yeah, we'll be back. I think I only got one stream this month, so this was it. So I'll probably be back in probably a couple weeks, something like that. But if you'd like to follow me on my personal channel and keep up to date with some of my other stuffs, you're welcome to give that one a follow. But if you're also not following the Pixelogic channel, I'd highly suggest following the Pixelogic channel here. They got some awesome artists coming up. Steven Anderson, I think, is next at in about an hour. I think is when he goes back on, and yeah, he's got some more stuff. So if you want to go back and see some of these previous videos of this guy, you can go to ZBrushLive.com, and just find my author page, and it'll have all of the previous stuff there, so we can go back and see how I did all of this fun, yummy stuff. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Had a bunch of fun. Hope you learned something. Hope you had some fun. But most of all, I hope you were inspired to go make your own stuff. So do it. Go make the stuff. And have fun. Don't forget to get out. Go see the world. It's good. I heard it's good stuff out there. Alright, guys. Thanks. Thanks for everything. Aw, thanks, Adam. Appreciate it, man. Much love. See you guys.